Hey everybody, how's it going? It has been hot as shit out here today.
Man, it is hot today. Whoa, it's hot out here, man. It is hot today.
We've had a real mild August around here. I don't know about where you are at. And then all of a sudden, it's like today, I go to get in my car after work and it's like a furnace in there. So anyway, I don't want to make this too long of a video. But anyway, I wanted to do a video showing 10 psych rock albums, not necessarily that you need as part of your collection, but just 10 psych rock albums, because I've been on a real 60s kick lately.
Fucking hippie motherfuckers.
And I was thinking about it, and honestly, like if there was one decade of music that I could not live without. I love my 80s, I love my 70s, I love the 90s, but I gotta say probably the 60s if I had to pick one decade as my jam. It would probably be 60s. Like, I don't know. I grew up always wishing like I had been born a decade earlier so I could have gotten all that great music in real time. But anyway, whatever. So these are going to be psych rock albums that are enhanced if you are ingesting or smoking mind-altering substances. Not saying I condone it, not saying you need to, but I'm just saying if you have not heard these albums under the influence, you're missing a little bit. All right, anyway, first one I'm going to show. This is the debut by Iron Butterfly. Yeah, I could have easily picked In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, but that's kind of the safe pick, honestly. Everybody knows that album. You've seen it everywhere. It's probably in every record store available to buy. But this one, it doesn't have quite the progressive tendencies that one does. You don't have any really long songs here. These are more kind of short, abbreviated, like psych rock songs on here. And they're a little more skewed towards the poppier. Like there's definitely a difference between this one and In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Love those covers on the back. And I'll show you another album. In fact, I'll show it next because these photographs are very similar to another psych rock album that I'm going to show. But anyway, look at these guys. Of course, there's always the perfunctory goatee that you have to have. One dude's got to have the handlebar mustache in your band if you're going to be true psych rock pioneers. And then this guy looking like Lou Reed with the shades there. Very cool. All right, the one I was gonna show that looks, the back cover is very similar to this one, kind of. I mean, kind of, a little bit, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, this is Pink Floyd's Saucer Full of Secrets, and I could have gone with Piper at the Gates of Dawn, but I really, I like Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd, but I really like much more these albums where they were trying to find their way. They were trying to move on from Syd Barrett. You do have one Syd Barrett song on here with Jug Band Blues, the very last track, almost like it was an afterthought. So you kind of got the best of both worlds here. But I love the trippiness of Let There Be More Light, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Really invented like ambient music. I love that song. Corporal Clegg, which has themes that Roger Waters would go on to explore to a greater extent with some of the 70s Pink Floyd albums. But I love this. I love it way better than their debut. People will disagree, but I really enjoy this one a lot.
Is everybody okay?
Well, the fucking hippies aren't. That's for goddamn sure.
Next one I'm going to show is the Chambers Brothers. Time Has Come Today. Of course, it has the title track on there. And that guy's got such a commanding voice. It's like, you will listen to me now. But the rest of the vocals don't really sound like that. They're a little bit more soulful, a little more kind of trippy R&B inflected, but a solid album. I really enjoy it. Like, you've got, how'd this guy get in the band? Like, what is he doing here? You got to be a really kick-ass musician if you're going to be the only white guy in a soul band like this. But This guy must bring the goods. I don't even know. Brian Keenan, is that his name? I don't know. They're all written in like cursive, so can't tell. But very cool. The title track alone is worth owning this album on. And I love like that early, like that 60s Columbia label also. It's not like a 6i or anything like that, but still, I don't know why they upgraded it or updated it in the late 60s, early 70s. But anyway, all right, next one, Psychedelic Lollipop. What a crazy name, by Blues Magoos, 66, as if you couldn't tell from the haircut. Like totally like the Brian Jones hair, the Chris Hillman hair of those early Birds records. You got the polka dot long sleeve, a little bit, I don't know, what do we say about the sleeves on there? The flowing sleeves. And then, you know, this was another popular photo shoot style where you have everybody like stacked on top of each other. But very cool. The hit, if you could call it a hit on here, the song that most people are familiar with is Tobacco Road. But this is a great garage rock psychedelic classic, not a weak track on here. I love too, it's got the names of the band, just their first names. Ralph, quiet, shy, good looking, plays his organ while singing. Imagine that. Ronnie, loud, funny, lazy, plays bass. Peppy, an idol, lovable. 17, dropout, plays rhythm guitar. Mike, psyched out, warm, friendly. Rich, plays lead guitar. And then Jeff, not the way you spell my name, but Geoff, blonde, beautiful, straight, plays drums. Anyway, you can guess who they are. I have no idea who is who on here, but it doesn't matter because the music is freaking awesome. Next one, the Strawberry Alarm Clock, Incense and Peppermints. This is a mono copy of this record, and I just got to show this because I love this label also. That Uni label, freaking killer. And this one, the story behind this, like these guys weren't actually a band. It wasn't like they were this organic band. They all grew up, knew each other from high school. I think the story goes like they were kind of manufactured by the record label. And they recorded this song. I think it was like a friend or somebody that they pulled into the studio to record the track Incense and Peppermints, if I'm getting the story right. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I think this was their only album, and I don't think they used that singer on any other tracks. But this is, if you like early Pink Floyd, like the Saucer Full of Secrets, or even a little bit Piper of the Gates of Dawn, that's what like the rest of this album sounds like. Like it's way trippier than the Incense and Peppermint song is, but very cool record. I love it from start to finish. Then the Amboy Dukes, Ted Nugent, his first, I believe this was their first album, Journey to the Center of the Mind. It's got the rolling papers. This is a repress. It's on glass, more like Coke bottle colored vinyl. But anyway, very bluesy, as you would expect with Ted Nugent. I don't know that it's the best showcase for his guitar work, but he definitely kicks ass on this record. And there's a lot of tracks on here, like 12 songs on here, which is a lot for psychedelic rock back in the day, but it is a cool listen whether or not you like Ted Nugent. This is the only record I have that has Ted Nugent associated with it, but artwork's very cool, very trippy, and I like it a lot. I love the title track a lot. I mean, I would have bought it for that alone, but the rest of the album is very solid as well. And then Disraeli Gears, you gotta have this as part of any psych rock collection. My favorite Cream album, I think the best they ever put out, opens with Strange Brew. I love Jack Bruce's vocals. Jack Bruce is such an underrated vocalist. Then Sunshine of Your Love, one of those timeless anthems from 67. I love Tales of Brave Ulysses, great side 2 opener. Swallober, of course, that's been talked about on the acronym contest entries. Even songs like Outside Woman Blues is a cool, that's got Eric Clapton on vocals. It's just a tight, no bullshit blues rock song, but great track. And I love, you got that, Cream was always including some kind of novelty song, much like Van Halen on their records. And Mother's Lament is this goofy little ditty that they perform, the three of them singing, a little bit silly. Then Psychotic Reaction by the Count 5. That's another thing, like the whole getting the perspective, the photographer lying on the ground and getting the band shot like under that upwards angle or whatever is very cool. But love this one. This again is more kind of bluesy garage rock. Of course, Psychotic Reaction, another one of those timeless classics. This is a reissue on the Kraft label, very thick cardboard sleeve, which I love. But yeah, interesting, a little bit hit or miss. Not too many misses on here, but there are a few that don't quite stand out as some of the other songs. But yeah, great garage rock, if not psychedelic, but there is definitely a psychedelic element to it. And then, come on, you got to have Flowers, the Rolling Stones. Could have picked any album of theirs from 67, Between the Buttons, this one, or Satanic Majesty's Request. But, I mean, come on. And, yeah, this was a thrown-together compilation. This was not a proper studio album. I don't know that the band really had much to do with it, although you see Brian Jones here. He doesn't have any leaves on his flower stem, and apparently that was like an inside joke because they were always picking on Brian. But I mean, come on, you got Ruby Tuesday on here, Let's Spend the Night Together, which U.S. record buyers had to have thought, like, rip off. We just had that on Between the Buttons, now you're giving it to us again. But as a standalone album, I mean, you got both those tracks. Have You Seen Your Mother, Baby, Standing in the Shadow, Lady Jane from the Aftermath album, Out of Time, Backstreet Girl, and Please Go Home, which were left off the U.S. version of Between the Buttons, Mother's Little Helper, which was left off Aftermath. So a great collection of late period, well, I should say mid-period, 60 Stones, 66, 67, but a great collection. And then the last one, this is Small Faces. There are but small faces. Yeah, it's got Itchy Coo Park on it, but definitely that mod R&B, great vocals, of course, from Steve Marriott. I think this was their second album, if I'm not mistaken. But you got Tin Soldier on here. I mean, that open side 2, Itchy Coo Park, open side 1. I mean, does it get any better than that? This album kicks so much ass. And really, if you like that mid-60s psychedelic, kind of that Paisley, the British, I don't know what you'd even call it, but kind of like the mods, like if you like The Who, definitely grab this one. Got the little Obi strip right here too. But anyway, just want to do a quick 15 minutes in. It's a quick video. But anyway, feeling the psych rock today. Just wanted to show some records that I've been spinning in that vein. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying cool. And take care.